What's up, everybody, and welcome back. I am here to review Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. It's on Apple Plus. Just in case you thought it was in theaters, it's not. It's actually been getting a fair amount of press because it's Michael J. Fox, and it's been a minute since we've seen him do anything. But this is a documentary about his life and career, and it has audio description, so of course I was in on that. So what kind of tone does Still set? What is it like? What happened? What did we do? First of all, it seemed like it actually moved along pretty quickly. I don't know what the actual runtime is on this, but I would be shocked if it was like over 90 minutes. It moved along really well. And I didn't feel like I overstayed my welcome in the film. It's also, while it kind of feels like it is a talking head movie, it's not really a talking head movie because it's pretty much Michael J. Fox the whole time. His wife comes in and talks like a little bit, but it's not ever really directly to the camera. Like, she's never really narrating. Michael J. Fox narrates pretty much this film almost like we're taking selections from perhaps like an audiobook that he was reading about his life. Really specific events that he goes into detail with all the way back from the beginning. This is like a legacy film. This is him being able to tell us his story of how he became Michael J. Fox, why we know who he is, how that story started, and how he got his big break. What is the support from his family was like, what starting off in Hollywood was like back in the day. All that stuff is in here. It's not a Parkinson's movie. If anybody is staying away from this film because like, oh, it's a Parkinson's movie, it's going to be depressing. Yeah, he's going to talk about it because he has it. I mean, he can't not talk about it on the other side of it. But there's a huge portion of this movie that's really just about him just not wanting to do anything but acting, and deciding to make a go of it. He actually dropped out of high school and went out to get work because he looked so young that he could play kid roles, but he was actually older, so he had that sort of like wise beyond his years feel when you cast him in a child role, so he could get started that way. And he ended up in this contentious situation with his parents, and his dad is like, if you want it. And he was surprised he got the support, and he went out there and eventually Family Ties and Back to the Future and everything else that goes along with it. And it's sort of as he's telling these stories too, you get these clips from these films that he's been in, and it's almost like it's like the perfect clip to accompany that sequence. Like, he'll talk about like running around and dashing in and out of things, and every clip that that follows in that sequence is him like bursting into the set of something or bursting into the set of something else, and just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth like that. So it's the downfall in the audio description is that it doesn't always explain which scene from which movie it's taking. I don't mean like telling you exactly like where in the movie, but it doesn't say like plays a scene from Back to the Future, or plays a scene from Family Ties, plays a scene from The Secret of My Success, plays a scene from it doesn't do that. It just does it. It's something. And if you're that familiar with Fox's career, then you'll know. And if not, then you won't. If you've never seen him do anything before, I don't know. I don't know if this film would be interesting to you. But if you have, which I think most people have seen Back to the Future, then this would be something that could interest you, at least on that level. So he's, God, he sounds like he hasn't aged at all. He still sounds like he's 12. It's amazing. That voice is the same voice to me. He sounds exactly the same. I have no idea what he looks like in terms of aging, but uh, or what Parkinson's has done to him since the last time I saw him, but before losing my vision. But that voice is the same voice. You could almost hear the little squeaks. Used to be able to do in his voice. I'm like, did you ever hit puberty? So, yeah, I love Michael J. Fox. And I think this is a really creative and inventive way to do a documentary. The only negative side really that I have, other than the fact that it doesn't really label the films from which it pulls from, and it just expects you to know all of them, like, or not care, one of the two. It expects you to be a historian on Michael J. Fox, or whatever, it doesn't matter. One of those two, you have to take one of those two stances on it. But when they were shooting the documentary, for whatever reason, I guess maybe they didn't realize they were shooting a documentary. I don't know. But they only ever mic'd Michael J. Fox, and it was maddening. Because, like, somebody would ask him a question, and it would sound like that person was so far away from the camera. It would sound like that person... I was like, what did that person just ask? And Michael would respond to it. And I was like, I don't even know what the question was. Like, what did they... It was just some voice in the background. Yeah, so, Blue. And you'd be like, I don't know, what was it? What was the question? I there are moments like that where I was just... I was like, fuck you. Mic everybody. Put a boom somewhere. Something. I don't know. But yeah, it was that's the only thing. It's not directed by Michael J. Fox. He just is the star, the feature, the icon for which this whole film exists. So I'm not making fun of Michael J. Fox. This is somebody else who I do not care about as a documentarian made this film and thought that would be okay. Thought it would be okay for nobody else, whoever talks to Michael, to necessarily be heard. The sound differential between Michael and whoever he's talking to is radically different at times. It's amazing. Sometimes you get it because it's like they're focusing in and they want you to hear what his wife has to say. So they do make sure they capture it. So I'm not going to say it's like you never hear anybody else in the film. I actually didn't even realize that the whole story about him and his wife until this film. I didn't realize that she was an actress, actually had tried to act herself and was on Family Ties way back in the day, and that's where they met. But that's it. That's where they came from. So I definitely recommend this, though. I think it's great, especially if you're a Michael J. Fox fan. If you've missed him, I've missed him. I miss him. I think there are so many fantastic projects that could have happened if he wasn't fighting Parkinson's. So not only is he fighting this terrible thing, but over the course of the last however many years, all of the things he would have been able to do, projects he might have directed and everything are just the things that never happened. However, he has managed to draw an immense amount of attention to Parkinson's. He's raised over $2 billion. So maybe without somebody like Michael J. Fox as the face for the movement, we would not have the research and any advancements that we have today. So, but as he says, he can never sit still anyway. So, but you should. I'm going to give Still an A-. Yeah, It's another thing. The documentaries this year that I've seen so far have been pretty good. I've been pretty happy with all the documentaries. So, this is just another good one. Check it out. It's on Apple Plus. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, why don't you click that subscribe button? I can't believe I have to ask. I also have a website, macromovieguy.com. You can go to Twitter, Instagram, and follow me at macromovieguy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know who's narrating, what films are being narrated. And then ADNA.org will let you know who's narrating what. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. I will review something else for you guys and see you on the other side.